Welcome back to the South Dakota Dynasty. The Coyotes are back at home today as they'll be taking on Air Force. Last week was a tough game. We lost 49-10 to Kansas. Our offense and defense both performed poorly, and we'll have to see if we can do better today against the triple option attack of Air Force. It was an exciting week 1. Week 2 was more expected against a Power 5 team, even a lower caliber such as Kansas. But we do see Rakeem Hood, Jax Montgomery, and then 2 running backs are the impact players for Air Force. We struggled very much last year at stopping the run, and it's one of the better triple option attacks in college football. We'll have to see how we're able to do today. Here's Remsburg. He breaks 1 tackle and is finally brought down by Sylvia Widenar. We're giving up 387 yards of total offense, with 177 of those coming on the ground. As here's another big run. Chunk play so far for Air Force, as they're actually running a little bit of up-tempo with their wishbone style attack. Now here's Hammond III as he picks up 12 yards and is brought down by Ross Bukowski. Last week it was Rakeem Hood, Ross Bukowski, and Briar Darby who were our leaders in tackle, and we'll have to see if we're able to make some negative plays today. Now to be Hammond moving to his right, throwing outside, tiptoeing along the sideline. Brandon Lewis gets 2 feet in bounds as Air Force will take a quick 7-0 lead. A quick studio update as we maybe have one of the bigger upsets in college football history. Number 2, Ohio State loses by 9 to Florida International. Justin Fields did not play very well and just was not enough to win that game. Number 8, Florida State, and number 10, Michigan also go down. So a big shakeup in the top 10. Our offense is on the field. Impact players for us today are Deontay Knox and Cooper Price. Hopefully we can see some more downfield passing and a little more success in that. But here's Jalen Page break into the open field. If we're able to run the ball like that, we may not need to throw the ball down the field. Now here's Pierce Slibby. He breaks 1, can't get away from the second, and will end up losing 2. Jalen Page ran for 47 yards last week, with Pierce Libby running for 24, as Libby goes backwards once again, this time a loss of 3. We'll spread the field 4 wide. Richie Campbell and Cordell Hicks in the slot. Miller doesn't have time. No one gets open, and the first pass of the day falls incomplete, and we're forced to punt the ball away. Now here is Stone to the outside. He hurdles the defender and is brought down. Still not down quite yet. There we go. He's down after a 9-yard gain. So far, last year's struggles are still showing their face in today's ball game, as we are not able to stop this rushing attack. Here's another big play. This time, Donald Hammond picks up a good chunk. Sticking with the up-tempo option attack, here's Hammond who cut up the middle of the field, trucks a defender, stumbles forward, and that is a first down. Under center once again, here's Hammond running the option. He pitches it outside, and Bryson Williams got absolutely laid out there. It gets laid out again. The poor safety there. Go back and watch that if you didn't see. He got absolutely obliterated twice, once by a lineman and once by a receiver. Now there's the type of plays we want to see. Jackson Harvey on the tackle for loss. It's a loss of 2. Third down and 14 as Air Force will be forced to go to the air. Hammond will scramble, throw to the end zone. It's incomplete. Can't find his receiver as pressure finally got there and forced the errant pass. Now Air Force is on for the field goal attempt, and it is straight down the middle, as it'll now be a 10-0 lead. We'll look for our offense to get some points on the board. Here's a pitch, and that actually will count as a pass that goes to Richie Campbell for 7 yards. A tight formation here on 2nd down and 4. Lob outside, wide open, it's Deontay Knox. That's the type of play we've been looking for. A shoestring tackle saves a touchdown, but now we have the ball at the 25-yard line after a huge gain. Now we'll give it on a sweep to Deontay Knox, who's able to pick up 6 yards on the run. 2nd down and 4. Jalen Page in the game will give the ball to him. He spins and picks up 7 yards. This drive is looking very promising. Now 2nd down and 6. We'll go play action, and Miller will go down. Somehow the defensive lineman maybe got an arm on him there, and it'll now be 3rd down and long. Setting up the screen pass, here's Dion Gobert. He's got some room to run, and it's not enough for the first down, so Devin West will come on for the field goal attempt. Looking for our first points on the day, and his kick is good. A 7-play, 68-yard drive ends with 3 points. Remsburg to the outside. He's got some room to run, and he's brought down by Bukowski and Rakeem Hood, but picks up 16 yards. It'll be a split back look sweep to the outside, but there's Jackson Harvey once again, the true freshman making an early impact today. We're into the second quarter. It's 3rd down and 9 along the sideline. It's another big passing play. Air Force is throwing the ball pretty well when they have to right now. Now they'll go 4 wide, 1st down and 10. Hammond the third will break one tackle, hurdles, and is brought down by Rakeem Hood after a 6-yard run. They'll stick in the 4 wide set, give it to Remsburg. There's a nice play by Bryson Williams, making up for getting absolutely blown up last drive. Split backfield as Hammond will throw to the outside. Wide open, it's Jax Montgomery who got beaten coverage, and Ross Bukowski who delivers the big hit. 1st down and 10 from around the 14-yard line. It's Remsburg straight up the middle, powers through a defender, keeps fighting forward, takes Javon Miller to bring him down. It's a 14-yard gain. Now 1st down and goal. It's a broken tackle. Harvey can't bring him down. A big block in the end zone seals it, and it's a 1-yard rushing touchdown for Donald Hammond III. Our offense is back on the field as we'll spread the field, as we'll go straight up the middle though with the run for Trenton Klemper, who picks up 12 yards. He's shown a nice couple of runs so far this year, which is nice to see as he is a senior. Now a throw on the post, great throw and catch in a tight window for Richie Campbell. If our running game is working, then we can really attack the play action passing game, and second too late as Cooper Price was breaking open the middle of the field, but it will be a loss of 9. 4 wide, sending everyone deep. J.R. Miller's just going to take a shot, and Deontay Knox can't get to the ball as he was jammed at the line by Bug III. Now here's Remsburg to the outside. He hurdles one. He's still into the open field. Miller and Harvey in pursuit, and they're not going to be fast enough. Remsburg has breakaway speed. He will take it 80 yards. A long rushing touchdown for Air Force, as that'll extend their lead to 21. Not the start or the first half that we were looking for today. And this rushing attack has not been stopped so far. Nice spin move there for Pierce Libby though, as he picks up 15. He's not as elusive as Jalen Page, but does show that he has a little bit of wiggle. Now the triple option pitch outside to Jalen Page. He has some green grass ahead of him and picks up 11 yards. A great option run there by J.R. Miller, and a great pitch as well. Now a quick screen. Quick slant, Here's Nate Went for 9 yards. Now back to this tight formation as Miller will go to the air once again, throw outside. He's got Cooper Price. That play's been effective twice so far, as it's a 13-yard gain this time. That was Cooper Price's 3rd catch on the day. It'll be Cordell Hicks who actually comes in motion this time, and the tight end will get the pitch, so he picks up 5 yards. May have to see if he gets more involved in the running game, as he's a pretty good athlete for a tight end. And there we go, our first touchdown of the day. J.R. Miller will keep it all the way, and it'll now be down to a 14-point ball game. A minute left in the first half. Let's see what Air Force is able to do. Option not really designed for quick hitters, but here's a big one as it's Lewis still going. Finally brought down in Coyote territory by Bukowski after a 49-yard gain. Now a 4 wide set for Hammond. He throws across the middle of the field. He's got Lewis once again, and he's hit down hard. I believe that was Bryson Williams. Another first down, this time under center. Pressure gets there, but the throw gets away, and it will be a first down, but it does appear a flag is down, and it'll be clipping on Air Force, so that will back them up. First down and 17. They're going to go back to the running game. They have their 1 timeout left, and they won't even need to use it. Remsburg breaks a few tackle, and Montgomery could not bring him down, so it would be a touchdown to end the half for Air Force, as they will enter the locker room up by 21. Our defense is showing the way they looked last year, not being able to stop the running game at all. Our offense is able to make a few big plays, but our defense is not helping them out at all, as they've given up 31 points, 263 yards on the ground already, and 115 yards passing. Passing yards are the same for both teams. Rushing yards, not even close. Quick throw into the flats. Here's Tate Wagner. He trucks one defender and is brought down. It's an 8-yard gain for the tight end. Now to be Nate Went who comes in motion. The handoff will go to him, and he's able to pick up the first down. It's a 3-yard gain, as South Dakota will go over 100 yards rushing on the day. Now here's a give on 2nd down and 10 to Jalen Page. He's met pretty quickly, and it's a 4-yard gain. 3 wide with Campbell in the slot. As the throw outside, he's got Knox. He's into the open field. The defender misses. He's going to take it all the way. That's what we're looking for. A long touchdown pass. Great run after the catch for Deontay Knox. And that'll cut it back down to a 14-point game. Now it's a sweep outside to McNeil. He's got some room to run. Preston Pratt misses. And Bryson Williams finally brings him down after the 22-yard gain. Remsburg will come in motion. It looks like it was maybe a draw play there and a designed run, but the Coyotes were not fooled as it's a loss of 2. Now they'll just go back to a simple running play straight up the middle. Tedeschi can't bring him down, and he falls forward and fights forward for 17 yards. 4 down linemen on first down and 10 as Hammond will try and take off, and it's Pedro Martels, our most disruptive defensive lineman, in the first 2 years of this series with the sack. And that's what we like to see, a loss of 3. So 2 straight negative plays as Jackson Harvey, 3 tackles for loss. That's great to see from the true freshman. Now a throw down the field. It is nowhere close for Lewis as it was Warner in coverage. A long field goal attempt. It's a 57-yarder and it won't even be close. Barely even got to the end zone. And now our offense has a chance to cut this to a 1-score lead. It'll be Miller. He loses the football. He tried to pitch it out at the last second. He's been good so far in this series at doing that. This time he can't get the ball away, and it will be a forced turnover by Air Force. They'll give it to the fullback to start their drive as it's a 16-yard run straight up the middle. Now they'll fake to the fullback. Hammond will keep it. He tries to cut up the middle field, is met by Montgomery, and it'll be an 8-yard run. 3rd down and inches, a big chance to hold them to a field goal here. And they'll do just that. It's Bryson Williams who gets the pitch man, and the field goal unit will come on. So far he's 1 for 2, and he will make it 2 for 3 as that one's straight down the middle, and it'll be a 17-point ball game. 2nd down and 9, it'll be Libby. Nice spin move as he picks up 5 or 6 yards. Big 3rd down here with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Miller will drop back. Now he'll look to scramble to the outside. He's just going to take it himself and smartly slide down to avoid any extra hits. It'll be Trenton Klemper back in the game. He'll go straight up the middle for him. Defender with good pursuit, but it's still a gain of 4. Now 3rd down and 6. Dump down. Cordell Hicks trucks the defender. He's into the open field. He makes the defender miss who was on the ground, and great vision. He'll take it 56 yards for the touchdown. A beautiful play for Cordell Hicks. A great block downfield, a broken tackle, and then shows off his athleticism as he just takes it all the way. Here's Remsburg looking to answer back. He's into the open field inside of Coyote territory. A shoestring tackle by Sylvia cuts it down at the 41-yard gain. Now looks to be maybe a draw, or he bailed quickly, but pressure got there immediately as Javon Miller gets the tackle for loss. Now they'll go to McNeil. He'll run it outside, breaks 1, can't get away from Pratt, as it'll be a 7-yard gain, and it'll now be 3rd and more manageable. On 3rd down and 5, throw outside. He's got a receiver there, and a perfect throw in a tight window. Throws over the head of 2 defenders. This passing attack for Air Force is pretty potent when they're not running the ball, and they go back to the ground game there, as it'll be another touchdown for Donald Hammond III. So now we'll enter the 4th quarter down 17 points, looking for a miracle here, as it'll be a 3-score game, and our offense needs to continue to get these big passing plays. First play of the 4th quarter as Miller will throw down the seam. That's what we're looking for. It's Cordell Hicks into the open field again. He's inside of Air Force territory. A 57-yard gain as J.R. Miller nears 300 yards passing. Klemper breaks 1, picks up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll be goal to go for the Coyotes. Pierce Libby checks in on 2nd down, and he's met. Not great blocking there. He has nowhere to go. 3rd down and goal. We need a touchdown here. Libby will get it, and he will score. A 2-yard rushing touchdown for Pierce Libby, and that'll cut it back to a 10-point game. If we can get a stop here, we have a chance to cut it to a 1-score game. They'll pitch it to the fullback, though. He finds some room to run. Good job by Sylvia to cut that play down after an 8-yard gain. Now it'll be McNeil. Interesting play design here. I like a lot of the plays the Air Force is calling. Big fan of the wishbone. Now man comes in motion, he'll fake it to the up back and hurdles the defender. Nice play by Donald Hammond III for a 9-yard gain. New fullback in the game, they'll fake it to him, and Hammond will just keep it the whole way. Great block by Lewis on the edge on Warner, and still going. It'll be Hammond strolling into the end zone as the defender could not bring him down. Great block downfield by the wide receiver, and it results in a long rushing touchdown. Air Force is blocking very well. Their runners are making great plays as well after contact and that type of stuff, but a big part of it is just the way they're able to block. Now a quick throw to the flat for Nate Wentz, and it's just enough for the first down, a 5-yard reception. Our offense is going to need to work quickly if we want to get back in this game. A great spin move there. That's what you love to see for Jalen Page. A 9-yard gain. He seems to be performing much better this year. Now here's Trenton Klemper for 1 yard, and that's a first down. So 2nd down and 7, quick throw outside. There's Deontay Knox, and it's another Coyote first down. 37 runs to 22 pass, so really relying on the running game, but our passing attack has been very good. Deontay Knox making a nice move and making a defender miss. It's an 11-yard reception. Now we'll go back to the ground game. Some room to run for Pierce Libby. He picks up 8 yards. A good balanced attack so far in this second half. It's much better than we've seen so far this year. A throw to the end zone. Wide open. Cooper Price beat his man. The 3rd passing touchdown for J.R. Miller. He's at 348 yards passing on only 24 attempts. We're over 500 yards of total offense. If you had told me that coming in today, I thought we would be winning. But Air Force has nearly 600 yards of total offense themselves. 452 yards rushing. You could see it right there. That's just abysmal. And now it's another big run, as it'll be 10 yards this time by Remsburg, as he has 253 yards on the ground. They'll head back his way. He powers forward for a couple extra yards. It's an 8-yard gain as South Dakota used their final timeout. A first down will end it, and Air Force gets it. Hammond still going, and that should pretty much do it, as Air Force will escape the comeback attempt by the Coyotes. They've done it twice so far in the first 2 years. Not enough today. Our defense could not make enough plays to really keep us in today's ball game, as it was Remsburg all day. Hammond III adding on the ground as well. Ends up as a 10-point defeat. Disappointing, but it was great to see our offense and specifically our passing attack play so well. 79% completion percentage and 14.5 yards per attempt for J.R. Miller. Deontay Knox, Cordell Hicks over 100 yards receiving. Jalen Page with 7 yards per carry, which is great to see. Ross Bukowski led us in tackles, and 4 tackles for loss for Jackson Harvey. That's great to see. Just was not consistent enough at shutting down this running game. Remsburg had 17.4 yards per carry, which is just absolutely insane. Air Force ends up with nearly 500 yards of rushing offense. That's not going to get it done. If a team's running for 500 yards, they're most likely going to win every single time. It's not going to get any easier as we're back on the road. We'll be traveling to Columbia, Missouri to take on the number 5 scoring offense, the Missouri Tigers. They're led by Sean Robinson at quarterback, Larry Roundtree III, and Albert O at tight end. They have a ton of talent all over their roster. They've given up 3 points so far in their first 2 games, so their defense is not shabby at all either. Now we'll look at the scores from last week for the other Dakota schools. South Dakota State loses with 8 seconds left on a game-winning field goal. North Dakota missed out on their first win with a field goal with less than a minute left. And then North Carolina scored a touchdown to beat North Dakota State with 1 minute and 12 seconds left. So all the Dakota schools suffer last-minute defeats. Sorry for them, but also not really. So we see Donald Hammond III was player of the week and a very talented Missouri roster. They have Sean Robinson at quarterback, Larry Roundtree III at running back, Albert O, a number of talented receivers, and talented defensive players as well. 5 touchdowns to 3 interceptions now for J.R. Miller, 148 yards and 4.4 yards per carry for Jalen Page. Leader in receptions is Cooper Price. Leader in yards is Cordell Hicks in receiving. Over 20 yards per reception for both Deontay Knox and for Cordell Hicks. All of Jackson Harvey's tackles for loss came in today's game, as he has 4 on the season now. And something pretty cool, Jaron Miller is first in the country in passing. He's played more games than pretty much anyone else, but we're not going to really consider that. And Cordell Hicks is 8th in the country in receiving yards, which is great for a tight end, once again ignoring the fact that we played 3 games compared to 1 or 2 for everyone else. But I hope you did enjoy today's ball game. If you did, please leave a like down below. Subscribe for more of the South Dakota Dynasty. I'll see you next week as we travel to Columbia, Missouri. Have a great rest of your day.